don't ride for nobody, no badge, no crew. Truth don't play favors, it just come through. I don't take sides, I take time and review. So to put it, let the context break through. If you clean, that step stay true.
Welcome back to another episode of In Plain Sight, and today we got a doozy. Now, we have been very vocal about the protection of the younger individuals on this planet, and sometimes you see cases where they're individuals who don't seem to possess the same things in our minds as protection about youth, and they're the opposite. They're predators. This is one such case. So join me in finding out what happened with this individual. Thankfully, he's caught. Let's find out whether he got caught early or a tad late, shall we? All right, let's go.
Do you know how old she is?
No, I met her on Fortnite, sir. Is she young?
Tell me.
She's 14 years old.
I made sure she got home safe. Pretty much the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
It's too early, man. You're the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. There are terms I could use. I don't think Spider-Man would have been one of them. I'll reserve judgment, and then if it turns out to be what I think, then I'll give you the title I have for you. Okay? All right.
As everybody says.
He described him as a scrawny white boy crawling in and out too. I have a whole bunch of old emails saved from them, screenshots and whatnot. It must have been very graphic in nature, and apparently he's been in there hiding in her closet for a few days.
On June 15th, 2025, police in Oshkosh, Wisconsin receive reports that a man has been seen climbing in and out of a 14-year-old girl's bedroom window.
Okay. Oh, look, hey, man. Okay. Pops, if that's the father, he's been better spirits than I would be. One, the ossifers found somebody. That's a bonus to the father for having patience as well. And they found him mobile. That's also something that's commendable to the father for having restraint. So in a lot of ways, kudos to him. That, you know how they say, some people say my dog don't bite, but I say, yeah, you. That would be me. So I would be the opposite father. I keep putting that out there to people. There's something in me, man. The switch is broken. It's not even. I don't think they even put one on. I think the switch isn't even there. And the irony is where this is happening in Oshkosh. And y'all remember the clothing line for kids, Oshkosh Bagosh? Y'all, that's a wild coincidence or something.
What follows is an investigation that would uncover disturbing details and a parent's worst nightmare come true.
What's on your neck?
My neck?
Yeah. No,
tooth.
like the marks.
The following is based on official police records released to date, and the footage has never been seen before until now.
Okay.
Following the unsettling call reporting that a man was seen crawling out of a teenage girl's window, officers find 19-year-old Zachary Vogt where he's loitering a few streets away from the home.
Yeah, so we got a call. What's up over here? We got a call. We got to investigate, okay?
All right.
Where you're essentially the suspect of this stuff going on, okay?
Yeah.
Do you have any weapons or anything on you? Well, don't reach for it. Jesus, dude.
I'm sorry.
Here, do that. Jesus Christ. When police ask you if you have a weapon, don't reach for it.
You don't reach for it?
Police got more restrained than me too. No, dummy. No, you don't reach for it. Considering that you were going in and out of the room of a 14-year-old, maybe I should assume that you don't possess the mental faculties to be an adult yet. Or you do possess the mental faculties to be adult, just a disgusting, perverted one. I don't know yet. Just going based on so far your demeanor, you don't strike me as the most literate. Give you that much. Do you have a weapon? Yeah, let me drag out my knife, my hook of all knives. One that you can hold with your finger and cut, and you pull it. The future of this world seems so bleak, y'all. I don't know if we have enough of the people that aren't like this to outweigh. I wonder. Anyway,
No.
Yeah, go ahead.
Don't reach for your pockets. I just said that.
Sorry, dude.
Zach reveals that he traveled from Westchester, Pennsylvania to Oshkosh, an almost 25-hour trip by train, and arrived last night. He's come all this way to meet someone he befriended while playing Fortnite.
She is literally my best friend. We met together.
You came here
Yeah,
to visit her.
yeah, my best friend.
Okay. So how did you meet her?
We met through Fortnite. Basically, we go play Fortnite. My brother and I would all duo up, play Fortnite together. But we played Fortnite a lot. Came over, met her, talked to her. We became best friends for a while.
The girl, who is 14, will be referred to as SF in order to protect her identity.
So you guys said, how long has you guys been talking for?
Year.
A year?
Yeah. Almost a year, actually. 8 months, to be exact.
Okay. Have you guys been planning this out, or is this...
Kind of just a last minute thing, because I was going to travel the world.
Okay.
oh,
So I'm not trying to be weird. Mind my language. Excuse my French.
So it's like a last minute thing?
Yeah, I was already planning to go pretty much across the entire world.
Mhm.
I don't have a passport, so I was just going to stay in the U.S.,
Yeah.
obviously. But my freaking journey was going to start. We already went through Chicago. I already went through Chicago and everything. I went all over the place.
Yeah.
My current goal, I want to get to Italy, so I'm going to get a passport somewhere around anywhere near here. Is there any good spots I can go? Like a library or something? I have a,
Possibly,
What's it
yeah.
called?
Zach claims
I'm gonna back it up, but do y'all think it's a fake? No, I'm being honest about this question. Like when I say I'm being honest about this, this is a question I'm being on. Is he faking being slow? I really listen carefully. Listen. He wants to travel the world, and he believes that in order to get a passport, the library is the place to go. Do you think he's faking that, or trying to create an alibi for mental issues, or the library, passports? Okay. Hey, look. Oh, the hell?
he met up with SF again today, just before the officers arrived.
People.
What were you guys doing?
walking around. We literally just got her stuff for her dad.
Okay.
I actually went out, bought her stuff for her dad because it's Father's Day. I don't have a dad, so I pretty much want to bless everybody else.
Right.
I hate seeing people upset.
Mm-hmm.
I can't literally stand having anyone upset. So I gave her money for stuff from the dollar store. We went to the dollar store, chilled at the dollar store, got her stuff for her dad.
Okay.
Chilling. Yeah, nothing illegal. I'm just chilling here. Nothing weird. I'm gonna go explore if y'all let me go. Not here, but I'm going. Guys, have you been all around the world?
The sound effect of "ain't no way, boy, ain't no way." That's all I'm hearing right now. I'm gonna go travel the world if you guys let me. I was gonna go travel. I was gonna explore if you guys let me go. Have you ever been around the world? You ever seen the color? Orange is blue, tertiary, blue socks, left foot, up the hill. When you come back, truck drivers. Mercenary meal seal. I'll tell you 5 for what I'm having yesterday. I sound like him, don't I? It'd be easier if I talk like that because I wouldn't have to think.
I have not,
Have
no.
you? Do you know anywhere that's like you've been dying to go to?
Yeah, jail.
Not really.
Steering the conversation back to why they're there, the officer asks if Zach has ever been to SF's house.
Did you go into her house at all?
Not really.
What do you mean not really?
I wanted to knock on the window.
Okay.
She climbed out the window.
Okay. And then you guys went somewhere else?
Yeah.
Okay.
I made sure she got home safe.
Mm.
Pretty much the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, as everybody says.
Do you know how old she is?
No. I met her on Fortnite, sir. Is she young?
You met her on Fortnite, but you don't know how old she is. I've never, okay, I lied. I have played Fortnite before. When my kids were first getting into it, we'd team up. You know, when it was out first, I think it was on PlayStation 3 or 4. Might have been 4. I think it was 4 when we played it. And they tried to get me into it, but I couldn't handle the exhaustion of having to deal with people. I just hated people. Didn't mind playing with my kids. I know we used to know. I always used the one that was lagging behind. I couldn't carry the team. I was carried. And I'll tell you this. There were quite a few people on the server that were sounding, you know, because you work with headphones, very young. And what I made sure to tell my kids is that you do not use any voice chats unless it's your friend from school. We're not talking to nobody. Nobody. You're not interacting. You play your game. You whoop their behind and leave it like that. You do not interact with them unless it's your friends from school, and I know them. We're not doing that. But he playing Fortnite. He don't know who he's talking to by age. First of all, you don't know their age, but you decide to travel an extensive amount of distance to go see them. But judging by how you talk, I could kind of believe that you didn't know nothing. Kind of.
Tell me.
Like I said, I don't know how old I was. I just came here. I explore. I leave. This is what I do.
While this conversation is taking place, SF's father is also speaking with officers.
So we're going to handle it at this point, given that there's not at this point evidence of that. Well, that's what we're going to try to determine. So a couple things, though. We need to get her phone, just in case there is evidence on there that would suggest that he is, any activity between the two.
Okay.
Pictures, whatever it might have you, text back and forth. Like that's all stuff. She's 14 years old. He's 19.
Yep.
She can't give consent to any of that, and he knows that. So doesn't even be best if I grab it or if you get it. Obviously, it's your phone. So you already have it. Perfect.
Yep.
The 14-year-old's phone would eventually reveal not only a series of stomach-churning messages, but the disturbing real reason Zach has come to visit her. Her father gives an account of what led him to call the police.
So just give me a backstory of what.
So basically, they met back in, I want to say last fall over Snapchat.
Did you know about this mail prior to today?
They met back on Snapchat and developed an online long distance relationship. Once I became aware of it, and once I became aware he was 18 at the time, we put a kibosh on it.
SF's parents restricted her social media access and attempted to monitor her phone activity.
Last year?
Yeah.
Okay.
October, November. Went as far as I spoke with his mom about it because she was not aware. Facebook.
Okay.
Did some backtracking through him on Facebook, found his aunt, then she directed me to her mom, to his mom. And she was on that no, this is wildly inappropriate. You're going to get yourself in a whole world of trouble here. And as far as we knew, that was more or less the end of it. I had suspicions they were still like on Fortnite, maybe finding a way to talk, but never had any evidence of it.
I'll tell you, it is difficult to keep track of the conversations on Fortnite. Unless you either are part of the team on the headphones or they've actively typed stuff in the chat somewhere in online. It's very difficult to figure out who they're talking to. The best you can do is figure out who the friends are that they've interacted with from logs of the game. Outside of that, it's difficult. Most of the time, they'll talk via Discord. That's the best place you're going to find them. Discord, Snap, other social media platforms, text messages. But the actual game, most of that happens in actual real-time conversations. You'd have to be privy to it as they're talking, mostly.
While her father is right and they stayed in contact over Fortnite, SF and Zach had been communicating through other means to avoid detection,
See?
such as email and Spotify.
What's on your neck?
My neck?
Yeah. No,
Tooth.
like the marks.
I don't know.
You don't know that's
Might as well just be straight up, dude.
I didn't want to her or anything. I didn't her. I came here to literally explode.
Mm.
Well, describe to me like how that happened. Like,
She was kissing me. Just
okay,
kissing me.
okay. What else happened?
What do you mean?
Well, if you're starting to do that, I'm sure there's more that's going on here.
I just kissed.
Okay, so
Just, I'm,
okay,
I am someone I just haven't met in person.
okay. So
Yeah,
you did
right,
not go
yeah.
into her house like at all. She came outside when you knocked on the window.
Mhm.
Was there any like
No.
did you guys have,
Just kissing.
if you want to consider it that way?
You guys like making out?
No, just kissing. I'm not about to show y'all that. That's weird.
After a little more pressure from the officers, Zach admits a bit more happened between him and SF.
I just gave her a hickey back.
Okay.
That's
Where did that happen at exactly?
around the train tracks.
Zach claims he then returned SF to her house and left. However, the neighbors dispute this. The next day, they contacted SF's father, telling him that they had seen SF sneaking out of her bedroom window, and she wasn't alone.
Then saw, he described him as a scrawny white boy crawling in and out too. And he said, "Now I've got daughters."
What time was this?
That was, oh God, must have been close to 7.
7 p.m.
It was shortly before I called dispatch.
Okay. Gotcha.
And he said, he hollered at him, asked him what he was doing, and he took off running. He got me out, and then we walked around the house, and we couldn't find him. And that was about the time I talked to her, talked to my daughter, and figured out who it was. And apparently he's been in there hiding in her closet for a few days.
Huh.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
According to his mom, he left last Friday.
SF's father explains that he doesn't often go into her room, so he's not sure exactly how long Zach may have been hiding in there.
You know, I keep hearing about privacy, and I get it. Yes, kids need privacy. Totally. Privacy. I think there's a mad difference between privacy and neglect. You understand what I'm saying? Like you have an individual like father has a daughter. You know the guy that she's been talking to is 18. You cut off communication. You say you talked to the mom. You made sure everybody knows. Blah 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 blah. So you kind of limit social media, but you don't completely cut off social media, or you give it back because you may say, "Oh, I give her back the trust," but 14, no, no. Everybody right now is poor at their job. Parents, both sides, are bad at their job of parenting. Few days in the room, huh? And you don't know that? That's some skill.
But it's likely around a week.
I'm not going to see her again tonight. Okay, how'd that conversation go?
She kind of got upset. I felt kind of bad, but I'm like, I do this every time.
Okay. So if we asked her that, she's going to say the same thing?
What's your name, man?
Zach?
Zach, are you willing to come back to the PD with us and make a statement?
Yeah.
Okay.
With it clear that Zach isn't being entirely honest, he's then transported to the Oshkosh Police Department.
Would you personally buy one of these? Like these kind of cars?
Squad car?
Yeah. No, not a squad.
You can go back this way, Zach. Go with her.
Sorry, I don't know whether it's just the Italian in me coming up or whether I'm just like tweaking. Not tweaking, but like a little nervous. Yeah.
I wonder why you're nervous. Maybe because you're messing with an underage girl and you're legally an adult. Maybe just, hey, I'm not the smartest guy out there, but at the same time, I could kind of tell you why you're feeling nervous. It's called chickens coming home to roost, boss man?
Yeah.
The hell?
I don't know. I don't get questioned by cops every day when I move around.
Zach is reassured that he's free to go at any time.
Where did she like start kissing? Was like on the lips, like, yeah.
Right here.
Okay.
He looked creepy too.
Okay. So then after were you guys like making out? Was it just like a little peck, like?
Yeah, kind of making out, but not like actually, and no touching, no nothing. She kind of just on my neck, and that's about it. No clothes came off, no nothing.
Are you touching anywhere else? I mean, I get it, man. If you're like making out with a girl, like.
No, dude, I'm not trying to catch a random STD, man. I can't trust that.
It almost popped out. Look, it almost. I'm gonna say, you look like a random STD, bro. What you talking about? You built like a random STD. The hell are you talking about? You possess all the traits of an individual who should not be trusted. You can't comb your hair. You wear the proverbial pervy glasses. All signs point to this guy. Hard drive needs to be checked. That's what it looked. You embody that. But you worry about STDs. Hey. From a look. Oh my word, bro. You know, some of the excuses these people give is wild. Okay.
See, kissing was scary enough. I ain't trying to do none of that. Nah, she ain't my type. She ain't my type. Maybe just for the fun. No, not even that. Just the fun. That's what this was. Kiss. That's fun. That ain't no love.
I don't think anybody mentioned love, Zach. Nobody mentioned that. I know you're trying to spin it to make it look. The drinking is part of your nervousness too. It's okay. You can eat that electrolytes because your mouth getting dry as hell right now. The gravity of things are starting to take effect. We get it. We get it, and I'm here for it. I really am. I'm 100% here for it, buddy.
I might be a heartbreaker for that, but that ain't it.
No matter what Zach claims, SF's phone tells a different story.
Her and Zach's relationship, like, was it, or was it, did she say anything to you?
To me, no. Pretty much, and I have a whole bunch of old emails saved from them, screenshots and whatnot.
Really?
Okay. Much of it very graphic in nature.
Okay.
About all the stuff they want to do to each other and.
Perfect.
Would you?
And you don't do nothing about it? Just hit up. Okay, listen. My head is hurting. I want to make sure I understand this, sir. You have record of an adult having sexual conversations with your daughter, 14. You didn't decide to turn that into the authorities. You just kept it. That seems logical to you? I just need to know if in your mind, that was the most logical decision you could make. Just let it slide. Oh, well, all right.
But like, give us consent to go through your phone to see. I mean, I'm not saying that we don't trust you or anything.
They don't trust
but like
you.
just to see like if there was any text messages or anything like that.
He's not going to do it.
In between you guys.
The thing is that obviously, there's her story and there's your story, right? There's two sides to every story, right?
Yeah.
And that's kind of what we're trying to find out is.
No, just ask her, cause I need my phone right now.
Your phone's right here. What I'm saying is like with us together, like can we just go through it together?
Nah, not right now.
No, not right now. Okay.
So do we have to make a call?
Is there any reason?
The only reason is because I have a lot of gay, like not gay stuff, but stuff that would be weird for you to see. Like
Trust
literally
me,
from.
I'm sure I've seen a lot weirder stuff. Like I'm not here to like judge like whatever you're into.
No, it's nothing I'm into. It's the sugar daddy stuff I was talking to you about. It's the
Explain that.
you pretty much catfish men into giving you money.
According
Give me 1 minute. You know it's bad. Listen. You know it's bad when you would much rather pretend to be gay. This dude saying, I don't want you watching my phone because you might see me being a gay catfisher for money. I've thought of lots of excuses in my time for things. Like I've been in trouble, and I've acted on towards to people. I've been unfaithful in marriages, and my gosh, I don't think I've ever thought, not one time did I think to myself, you know what? I should pretend to be gay. I don't think that's ever crossed my mind. I don't think that was one of the logical avenues I've found for my approach to life. I don't want to get caught. I'm gay. I'm gay. But I guess that's better than being a pedophile. You pick the devil, I guess, whichever devil you want to. Wow. Okay, gay. Sugar daddies too.
to court documents, Zach admitted that he and an ex-girlfriend would send pictures to men, ask them for photos in return, and then demand money in exchange for not exposing them. He also admitted to trying to do this with SF.
You never tried that?
And I haven't personally, no.
You?
I can't say I have, no.
Given that SF is a minor, the officers once again attempt to establish how much Zach knows about her age.
Did she ever tell you how old she was?
No.
How old did you think she was?
Good question.
16, 17. I'm only 19, so that wouldn't be illegal.
You thought she was like 16 or 17?
At least, yeah. And that, in my eyes, there was a 4-year thing back where I was from. As long as there's no weird going on.
Yeah, no, I'm just
trying to make that out there. Because if there's no weird, that's not illegal.
Like,
you know how old she is?
I do. Yeah.
Oh, dear God. Can I hear it?
Just, one thing at a time, right?
Oh.
While this conversation is taking place, officers at the home receive permission to enter SF's bedroom, where Zach has apparently been hiding for the past week.
I can tell you a lot about the location. Yeah, I'm judging. Get over it. I can tell you some things about the location, that there is a element of each person does what they want to do, and nobody asks no questions in that house. I'm judging.
Okay. Best of luck. It's an absolute nightmare.
Okay.
Oh, Christ.
No wonder she gets out through the window.
In SF's room, they find a black machete, some of Zach's tank tops, his diploma, Xbox, and Blu-ray player.
Can I go to that bathroom real quick?
Yeah, give me like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
I think you're full of
Okay.
yeah. She's telling us kind of what's going on. Okay.
Yeah.
It's time to be honest.
All right. What do you mean by that?
I know you're a messenger. I know a lot more.
Sure, yeah.
I know a lot more than you think I know.
All right.
Okay. So it's time to be honest.
Yeah.
So tell me about what's going on.
So I pretty much dated this girl from September to now. And I came over pretty much. I didn't bang her or nothing. I didn't talk about it in text, but I didn't actually.
Though Zach won't allow them to go through his phone, his lock screen is an image of two hands held together by their pinky fingers. In the middle of the screen are the words "together" and the date October 3rd, 2024, the day he says he started dating 14-year-old SF.
Just be straight up, like, what type of things were you guys talking about?
Just, I don't know, a bunch of other like stupid. Like, we'll be normal and then it'll be random. Did we? Not at all. Did I want to? No. Did I love her? In a way, yeah.
Okay.
Was it intense like that? No.
Okay.
See, if I'm saying that on text, I'm not doing it. I'm made. I know I am. I'm not gonna go and tell, oh yeah, no, I'm not actually doing it.
Okay.
Officers reported that in messages to SF, Zach wrote, quote, "I own you, you're mine." Throughout the messages, Zach tells her on a continuous basis that he needs her, can't be without her, and that she is his.
I'm in two minds right now, right? Hear me out. Now, many of you got mostly, some of you probably got kids, right? And I do understand that kids do some things that sometimes you find out about later that you're like, how in the heck did you pull that off? Because they can be conniving. I'm not lying. Kids can be very, very, they're good at hiding and hiding things well. And if you're not on point 100% of the time, you ain't gonna catch a lot. But zero way, and I mean 0 way, that bedroom is off the kitchen and you don't know somebody else in that house. 0. You're never going to convince me that you don't know some rando dude is in that back room next to the kitchen just by voices alone. Just and he ain't done nothing either. Okay.
So when you guys were messaging back and forth on Gmail about like the whole thing, was there any photos sent by either of you? Like, did she send you anything? Did you send her anything? Was there anything like that?
Not really. It was the very first, was like October or something. That's it. And it's deleted. She had it on her phone, not mine.
Yeah, you can work on uploading those ones to that link again. And
Yeah, some of there's a bunch of them discussing hiding because once they were busted, trying to find the more graphic ones.
While many of the conversations between Zach and SF were graphic in nature, they also discussed running away together if they got caught. In one message, Zach refers to her as his Juliet. When confronted by the investigators, Zach finally cracks.
Dude, just be straight. This is your time to tell your side of things.
We banged one time, just one time, and it wasn't even like anything serious.
You guys had that night?
Just but hour, but. And that's what I'm even more worried about.
Did you wear a rubber?
No, but I put up and we went out. I went out by myself and I went back to the street.
Because my worry obviously is you guys aren't able to detain him, past questioning, and he tries to come back here.
This is difficult to watch, and I'll tell you why it's difficult to watch. Because I'm sensing that there's more that the father knows that he's not saying. And that's angering me. Like, it's enraging me internally to the point where I feel vibrations on the skin. He knows something more that he ain't saying. He allowed something somewhere for this to get to this point.
right. Well, I mean, at the very least, I have enough to bring him to jail on 4th degree assault.
Okay.
Listen, thanks for being honest, man. Like,
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was a bit nervous earlier. I told you if I have to piss, I'm not gonna really talk much because I'm not trying to piss. I'm trying to think of something else. But dude, I'm gonna be honest. I don't need to lie. I have zero purpose in lying to y'all. Lying gets you in more trouble. It's worse if you lie. Just be honest. Get your life together and move on. We never met. We're all good. I go home. I'm good. Literally,
That's what you think.
not a bad person. Just grew up in a bad area.
With Zach's belief that he's headed home after this conversation, he's in for a rude awakening.
and then when I face the wall and put your hands behind your back. Okay.
You
Going home.
Yeah.
A new home.
Yeah.
New home. Brand new home.
Based on the reverse at this point.
So here's the deal. We're gonna be taking out for assault of a child, and then using a computer device to facilitate crime.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, can you get sit?
Yeah, I got you.
Any advice for me?
Here's the advice.
I
Shut
just
up.
don't want to really give you anything.
Hey, what you mean? I ain't gonna tell nobody. We cool. I ain't mad at you. This your job. God, dude, I don't even know how old you are. You tell me before I make myself look even worse.
I'll tell you, she's out.
Okay. I see it was 16, 17. But I've done. To be honest, that would be scary.
According to police documents, Zach eventually admitted that his mother told him SF was only 14 after she'd been contacted by SF's dad. He explained his reason for continuing the relationship despite the age difference was that he loved her, and it was a different feeling than he had experienced with anyone else.
Hey, we cool though?
Yeah, we're good, man.
I'm good with this one.
We all good?
We're good. Like, listen, man.
No hard feelings, bro?
No, listen, I'm just doing my job.
Yeah, no, you're good, bro.
Zachary Vogt was charged with second-degree assault of a child, use of a computer to facilitate a child crime, and exposing a child to harmful material.
Do you see on the you see that real quick there, the result? Do you see what that says? Dismissed on prosecutor's motion. Yeah, y'all see that? I see it.
He pled not guilty, and in October 2025, all charges were dismissed by the prosecutor. His case was then picked up by the federal court, and Zach was charged with travel with intent to engage in illicit conduct with a minor, production of child, and coercing a minor for unlawful activity.
Good.
In a letter to the judge, Zach wrote that he takes full responsibility for his actions. He pled guilty to the production of child. As part of his plea agreement, the other two charges were dismissed. He was sentenced to 15 years in prison. Following the completion of his sentence, he will be on supervised release for 15 years and ordered to comply with the requirements of the Sex Offender Registration and Notification Act. We had to cut many details from this video for YouTube. Watch our full videos as they were originally made, with no randomly muted words or details cut. We've also dropped brand new
I want y'all to understand something. Both parents, the prosecutors, all of them deserve jail time. I said what I said. I'm glad the federal court picked it up because the local ones are trash. How do you dismiss it? On what planet does it seem feasible to dismiss what you found when there is photo evidence, text evidence? How the hell do you know? And they wonder why we can't protect the kids. You wonder why we can't protect the kids? Because people in power just decided to let him go, like, that particular prosecutor. Nah, it's okay, let him go. You did what? Nah, I'll let you go. 2 offenses later, let him go. This would be why. Everyone talking, elite. No. Come down a little bit lower. Come down to like your street level. Just to your local courts. Local lawyer. Just go that far. That's all you got to do. Just go there. I'm glad he got 15 years. Should have got more. But you might have a different thought about it. So please leave your comments below. I can't wait to hear what you got to say. And make sure you leave detailed information. I'd like to hear what you actually think about the situation. And we'll catch you on the next one.
One wrong move turn the present into the past. I don't ride for nobody, no badge, no crew. Truth don't play favors, it just come through. I don't take sides, I take time and review. So to put it, let the context break through. If you clean, that stamp stay true. If you foul, that show up too. No miss, no spin, no cover up hype. Everything judged in plain sight.